Hey guys, Balkan Architect here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to take a regular in-place family in Revit, in-place component, and then how to convert it into a regular loadable family, so something that can be used and reused in future projects. Now I'm first going to cover how to create a regular in-place component, and then why would you be tempted to do something like this, why would you want to convert it to a regular family, and then I'm just going to show you the step-by-step process. It's actually quite simple and straightforward, but you have to know a few tips and tricks along the way. Now, before I get started with that, I would just like to ask you to check out my intermediate to advanced course. It's up on my website, so it's the first link just below the video or up there in the cards, and it's my latest course where I show you how to go from an intermediate level user all the way to advanced level, and I show you all of the little tool sets and workflows and just generally working in Revit on that more advanced level. So if you're serious about learning Revit, that's definitely something you would like to check out. Also, make sure to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe, not only to be notified when I upload new videos, but also to make that alpaca happy. Okay, so without any further ado, let's jump straight into Revit. And as my head shrinks down, here you can see that this is the project that we're going to be using. So this is something from one of my earlier videos where I show you how to create these compound walls in Revit. And this is what we're going to be using. Now you can notice that here we have these arcs in the wall, and I've just created these arcs, and I've used just a simple in-place component for that. And now I want to add a cover on the inside of that arc just to make it look a little bit nicer, and we're going to be creating that as an in-place family or an in-place component. So what you want to do here in Revit is go first to the Architecture tab, then go to the Component tool and open up the little drop menu, and here you want to choose the Model in Place option. Now I'm just going to click on that, and now here in this little dialog we have to choose which category we want to use, and in this case I'm just going to default to walls because, well, it's part of a wall, so why not go with that. And let's just click OK here. Now for the name, I'm just going to call it the arc cover or something like that, or perhaps let's call it our just cover. Perhaps that could work a little bit better. Okay, there we go. Now let's just create one at first. So what I'm going to do is go here to set work plane, and then I'm going to use pick a plane option, click OK, and then let's just pick this plane here. So just click like that. Now let's zoom in a little bit further in. Now we're going to be using a sweep to create this. So just go to sweep, go to pick path, because we already have a 3D path. Well, it's a flat 3D path. So let's go here and click on this line here, and then this line here, and then you can just hit finish. The next step is to create your profile. So for the profile, you want to go here to edit profile. Now this, I think it would be best to do in a floor plan view. So let's go to our project browser, scroll all the way up to floor plans, and then let's go into level 1. Here you want to zoom in. Let's just zoom into that location. Now here we have our wall. Now it might make sense to turn on thin lines just for this portion of the modeling process. So let's go here to thin lines, turn that on, and as you can see, it's a lot easier to see. Now we want to go here to the draw tools, and I'm just going to be using a simple line at first. So let's start off from the origin point, then go out perhaps 120 millimeters. I'm just going to go up like this, perhaps 5 millimeters, go at a slight angle, perhaps like that. Then I'm just going to switch to an arc tool, go horizontal a little bit, create a horizontal arc like that. Then I want to go further out like so, perhaps create another arc, maybe not that long. Let's try that again. Yeah, maybe like this, smaller. Then let's switch to lines. So I'm just kind of trying to create something that looks nice. I don't really have any particular shape that I want to create. I'm just going to switch now to arc again. Let's go at the 45-degree angle like so. Switch back to line. And then let's just go to the other side like so. Hit the escape key once. I'm going to click again in the origin point and go out like this as well. Hit the escape key a couple of times, zoom out, and then you want to make a selection like this. Just select the entire part of this shape here, zoom out a little bit, and then you want to go here to the modify panel, and then on the modify panel you want to use the mirror pick axis tool. Then you want to pick the midpoint here of the wall, hit the escape key a couple of times, go to again modify, trim and extend, the R is the shortcut, and then you just want to go from here to here and from here to there, and there we go. Hit the escape key a couple of times, hit finish, and then yeah, that's it. We have to hit finish again, and just because it was the previous material that I've used, it went here with gypsum wallboard, and I'm fine with that. It's going to give us that white color. I'm quite happy with that. So let's go to the 3D view just to double check that, zoom out a little bit, and as you can see, it just adds a little bit more detail to the building, and that's exactly what we want. So with that done, let's go here to finish model, and there we go. Now, why would you be tempted to turn this into a regular family, you might be asking yourself? The reason doesn't have to be because you want to use it in different projects. You might want to turn it into a regular family, even if you're just using it in one project. And let me show you why. So if I take this arc here, and if I go to level 1, perhaps, let's go here to copy, CO is the shortcut, zoom in, click here on this point, zoom out, make sure that multiple is checked on, and then I'm just going to be copying this a few times. So let's copy it here, there, perhaps here as well, hit the escape key a couple of times, select this again, go to rotate, place the center of rotation here at the same kind of origin point, and then we can go like this at a 90-degree angle and kind of flip it towards this side. There we go. So if I go now into the 3D view, this is already starting to look good, but this is where the problems start. So if I decide to change this profile, and let's say I'm not happy with this profile, I want to change it, well, I would have to select one of those, go into edit in place, select the sweep again, go into edit sweep, select the profile again, go into edit profile, and now if I make any changes here, let's just make this a lot thicker, for example, and then hit finish and finish again. There we go. Now it's much thicker, and hit finish again. This is what happens. It's only going to change this one arc. It's not going to change the rest of them. And that's the actual issue. So usually with families in Revit, you want to have the ability to change one of them and then the rest of them updates. That's kind of the whole point of building information modeling. So this really kind of takes away a lot of your power when it comes to modeling. Also, another issue is, well, it's more of an annoyance. If you go here to the project browser and scroll down, here you will see that under walls, under walls, this cover family has been copied 4 times or 3 times in the original. So for each copy of this family, it's going to appear here as a new one, whereas any other family, you can place it as many times as you want, and it's going to appear only as one family here. So that's why we don't have that ability to kind of change one of them and the rest of them updates. It's because Revit looks at them as 4 completely different families that have nothing in common, apart from being a wall category. So now let's take a look at how can we, well, change that. So what I'm going to do is just select this one, delete this one here, delete, and then this one. Okay, it's hard to select them. Okay, let's go back to just one family, and let's convert this one to a regular loadable family. So what you have to do, and it's a odd trick, but it works, is you want to select the family and go to edit in place. Then while you're there, you want to select that geometry. Now, it might be just one piece of geometry, like one sweep that we have here, or it might be multiple elements, it just depends on the family. And you just want to select that, and you want to go here to create, and then you want to go to group, create group. So it's just going to turn this into a group. You click OK. You have to name it. So let's call this one the cover. OK. And there you go. You also have the ability now to change the origin point, which I suggest you set up because that's going to be kind of the origin point of the family itself. So what I like to do is go here into level 1, zoom in a little bit, and just place it here at the kind of corner. There we go. Okay, so with that done, now the next step that you want to do is go here to the File menu. You want to go to Save As, and then here you have Library. And in the library, you have the option to save it as a group. You have the option to save it as a family, but you don't want to go with that. You want to go with the group. So you click on Group, and it's just going to give you the regular Save menu. I'm just going to save it on my desktop. Call this one the Cover Family. And what's beautiful about this is that it's actually saved as a Revit family. So you just save it, you click Save, you wait for a few moments, and there we go, it's saved. So now this has been saved as a completely separate family. Now we can finish this model, doesn't matter, we can actually go ahead and delete this. And now when we go back to the 3D view, this is what that looks like. Now luckily this is saved on my computer, so I can actually see it here on my second screen. So let me just drag that over into Revit. And that family is in, and as you can see, it's a component family. So now you can see it here. Oops, when I select it, there we go, you can see it there. The escape key a couple of times. You can also go to the architecture tab, go to regular component, and we have that family. You can go into level 1, place one here, perhaps place one here, go to the other side, just hit the space key, and now it flips, and now I can place it there, place it here, place it one more time. There we go. Hit the escape key a couple of times. Okay, we need one more. So let's go to component, space key, and let's place it. There we go. Hit the escape key a couple of times, go to the 3D view, and this is what that looks like. And what's beautiful about this whole process is you can select any one of these. So let's select this one. You can go to Edit Family, and it's going to open up that family. You can go to Edit Sweep, and any change that you make to this, let's make this sticker again, finish, finish, load into project, and now it's going to update everything inside of the project. And as you can see, all of these now became thicker. So it might look silly in this particular situation because it takes so much time. Well, obviously, if I wasn't explaining this, it wouldn't take so much time, but you get the point. You're going to use this in situations where you have multiple families, perhaps 5, 10, 20 families. It is going to be useful. If you have just 2, it's perhaps easier just to update one of them and then copy it again. So it's going to depend from situation to situation, but I still believe that it's a very good trick that you might want to use. So I hope you have learned something new. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please tell me in the comment section below the video, what do you think about this solution? Did you know about this? Did you learn about this now? And also, as I said, make sure to check out my courses. It's the first link in the description just below the video. I don't have just the advanced courses. I have beginner courses. I have numerous different topics. I have a whole, just a whole course on the family editor and how to create families. So if you're serious about learning Revit, there's over 120 hours of content, and I'm adding more each month. So check it out if you're interested. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to check out my website, balkanarchitect.com, for more Revit courses. There I have over 120 hours of content, and I'm adding more each week. Make sure to subscribe for more videos, and also I've added a video over there that might interest you as well.